heard anything, if you heard anything from CMKX to Prosperity, anything, give us farm claims, anything at all, or even just good fun feelings. We're looking for positivity today.
Well, there are two sides to that coin. We have heard that there is a considerable inquiry on that USA attorney that was found dead last weekend. It turns out that she was also reviewing our pro se court case and appeal case prior to her death. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But on the other side, the push is on right now to get this thing going. And we're told just to stand by and wait, but it's very, very soon. That's all I know.
Ask you, do you think anything will happen? See, can you solve the rumors they're going to be an 800 number, or are we just going to be notified by email? Some are saying no 800 number. Do you want to, I'll give my thoughts on that one, what I've been told.
Basically, what we were discussing on the release, and when we first started talking about this with the CMKX fines, interest, and penalties, but then it got wrapped up totally with all that going into the gold treaty. But basically, since not everybody is on email, but although this probably has changed over the past years, it will be an 800 number. There's no question about that. So that everybody has an opportunity to make the exchange, to get their appointments, and to make sure that they are not bypassed.
Now I'm supposed to ask you, do you think anything will happen on 4/2 Liberty Day, or Trump's really, really pumping this one up? It's a day we're supposed to start charging everybody their tariffs. Do you think anything's going to happen other than just reciprocal tariffs are going to go into it? Do you think he's going to announce, bam, we're on a gold standard? Hey, we're changing the monetary system. Are you looking for anything bigger on April 2nd? There's a lot of hype going on around it.
No, I do not. I believe that what's going to happen on the 2nd, there's going to be a tremendous amount of renegotiating going on, and that's going to be really taking up more time than everybody than just the RV. Once all that is settled, and there's a fair trading platform around the world for trade, international trade, then I think the program is set for the RV to happen. That's one of the things that I'm sure on the checkoff list. That goes back to 2011 when they cleared out the BIS, Bank of International Settlements. Interpol was very much involved in that. So I do believe that Liberty Day is going to be just that, the equalizing of the international playing field regarding trade.
Deer Hunter with a question. How can some groups and tiers be getting funds without you having done your codes? For me, that's pretty easy. You can distribute to the groups, but they can't distribute. Well, it shouldn't say that. You can position the money, but they can't distribute till you do yours. But then the different tiers, they were never supposed to come from the same pot of money as you. That's my thoughts. How would you answer that one?
That is correct, what you said. And the primary reason is constructive receipt versus economic receipt. We know as they're putting the monies in the account and they're re-verifying them every time they get ready to do the RV, that they re-qualify the monies and make adjustments. But that's constructive receipt. You can see it in the account, you know it's there, but you cannot touch it. Economic receipt is when they release it. The release will happen when they give me the codes. I put the codes in the system, and it releases the gold for the gold-backed currency. At that point, everything is done.
The NDAs for the RV, I keep being told unless you're doing a project, no NDA, but I don't know what to tell folks. What do you think, Mr. C?
No. At that point, the truth is going to be out there with the EBS perp walks and the recitations of their crimes, and we were going to know that QFS is in place. So they track source of funds, use of funds. I don't see a problem with that, and no NDAs.
No, I don't either. Now, could I see one possibly if they come and they hit you with like an oil for dinar contract and say, hey, I'll pay you $3 more if you'll sell it to me privately because they can turn it in? I could see them doing that only on the amount, not that you did it. So you'd still be able to look at somebody, that currency thing they all told you was crap. Well, that's how I made my money. You may just not be able to say, well, they paid me $5.16 when the international rate was $4 or something like that. But I've been told repeatedly that it's only going to be with money received for projects. We'll see.
It makes sense to me.
History will teach us.
See, I'm very excited about where we are. I see we're getting closer and closer every day, with more and more coming out. One of the items that I don't think was on the Gold Treaty Protocol listing, but I do believe what's going on with the Doge operation is just fantastic. Getting rid of all that junk and weeds and corruption, I think is just great. And quite, by the way, I believe that Trump is taking this in a very methodical method of how he's dealing with the preparing for the RV, and that with Congress now looking at actively administrating over the lower courts, which includes the first level district courts, I think is going to be great, because now they're letting everybody give the opportunity to them to show their true colors, so they eventually can be rounded up. And I think when it comes to rounding him up, Trump is getting closer and closer to martial law.
Dear brothers and sisters of the Antonio Diogenes community, today we address you with a message of profound significance, with a vibration that resonates in each of our hearts. It is time to elevate our consciousness, to open our souls, and to remain steadfast in prayer, for the Creator's work is manifesting in this crucial moment. This process we are experiencing is not just a simple passage, but the fulfillment of a divine purpose that has been revealed to those who have had the faith and determination to move forward. For this reason, we make an urgent call: remain in constant prayer. Pray fervently for each of our leaders, for those who guide this path with wisdom and dedication. Pray for the holders who uphold the structure with their trust and perseverance. Pray for the guardians who drive this movement toward its ultimate destination. The blessing is real. What has been promised will manifest for all those who have fulfilled every requirement, for those who have demonstrated unwavering commitment. It is no coincidence that we are here at this point in history. It is a meeting with destiny written in the designs of time. And now, in this moment of transformation, we tell you with certainty, the Creator walks by our side. His light illuminates every step we take, and His will is the compass that guides us. Faith is our shield, and action is our sword. Because it is not enough to believe, we must move forward with conviction, with the absolute certainty that victory has already been decreed. The moment is approaching. We know that many have waited, that some have doubted, that others have felt the weight of uncertainty. But today, we tell you, keep your spirit strong, because the harvest is near. What we have sown with sacrifice and dedication will bear fruit that no one can take away. The transformation is underway, and when the wave completes its course, those who have remained faithful will witness the fulfillment of the promise. Dear brothers and sisters, the time of revelation is here. It is not by chance, nor is it a whim of fate. It is the natural consequence of unshakable faith and unwavering commitment. Let us move forward without hesitation, without fear, because those who have walked this path with honesty and dedication will be elevated to new heights. May our prayers be the bond that strengthens our unity. May our faith be the shield against adversity, and may the certainty of the Creator be the beacon that lights our path. We are in the final stretch, and the reward will be great. Stay strong, keep praying, stay united. The fulfillment is imminent, and the glory will be shared by all who have been worthy of it. Forward, brothers and sisters, the time is now. Antonio Diogenes.
Comment posted by Fallawsophy, that's Gentle. We are really in a good place right now. Our turn is coming very shortly. Whether it happens this weekend or into next week just depends on how much work has gotten done in the other tiers. Imminent. There is nowhere else to go but forward. Relax and know that all of your patience, faith, and waiting has been for a good reason, and we've made it to the finish line. Notifications are next. Have a great weekend, Jen. Forwarded from American Patriot by Mr. Paul. Reports from Reno suggest that the first batches of Zim holders have been escorted under military guard to classified exchange points. This isn't theory, this is protocol. QFS mirrors activated. All SIM redemption classified as special sovereign handling. Each individual is being treated as a transitional asset holder, part of the bridge into the new Earth economy. We're not exchanging currency, we're transferring power.
Yeah, hi Heather and everyone. Listen, don't get caught up in the whole bank thing. It's got nothing to do with actual banks. So your actual exchange and redemption is not done at a bank. So don't worry about building societies or anything like that. You go to a centre that is in a blended office. It is separate to banks and banking, separate to the whole system. Your money will go into your account. Whatever account you have now is where your money goes into. It is from there then you distribute or redistribute your funds into where you would like them to go, whether you want to set up a natural trust or living trust, or do you want to put it into cryptocurrencies. It doesn't matter which bank. All banks here in Australia, so we've already determined that all our banks here in Australia are all ISO compliant and Basel 3 and Basel 4 compliant, or Basel 3.1, 3.2. They have all met the requirements here in Australia, so it does not matter if it's a building society. It's no different to the United States and how we unfolded why credit unions over in the United States are also safe. They are part of the quantum system. So don't get caught up in worrying about your banks. It's only because we've been focused on that that we are all going, oh, no, the money goes directly, it is just an electronic transfer straight into your account. Okay, and then from there, then you can redistribute those funds. If you wanted to set up an account with a different name or in a trust name or whatever, that's fine. You do what you need to do. You need to take responsibility of your funds. But building societies, credit unions that are still operating now are safe here in Australia. So that's why they had all the mergers and things like that as well. So if they were not coming up to compliance, because understand, banks require funding to become compliant. So any business that does, say, a quality assurance or anything like that, or needs to have some form of accreditation, it actually costs the company and the banks a lot of money to be compliant. So that's why these bank mergers occurred. It's a business transaction, so to speak, but certainly don't be concerned. If you're using a building society or a credit union or anything like that now, and it's functioning, you feel safe, it's working for you, it is perfectly fine. The quantum system is a directly linked, already mirrored into the quantum system. Okay, so every time we would have bank closures or updates or so-called cyber attacks and things like that as well, were all just initiations for them to think. When you came back online, everything was fine, yeah? So regardless of whether it is a building society or a credit union over in the United States, if your bank is operational, it is Basel 3.1, Basel 3.2 and Basel 4 compliant, or what they call a tier 1 and a tier 2 bank, then we are safe. Okay? The exchange is not going to be done at any particular bank. It is at a blended office. A blended office is, as I said, a separate people who have been trained in this area for the specific purposes of the RV. Okay? So, just wanted to verify that. It's easier for me to put a voice message in than it is to actually thing. So I wasn't at you, Heather, per se. It's a great question. And I'm sorry that I didn't give enough clarity in my answer. Just to appreciate I've been answering calls and that all day again today. So, the more clarity, and as I said, please ask the questions, because that means it's more clarity for all of you as well. And as I said, use your logical mind. If this is an event, it's not going through the system, the banking system. It just goes directly into your already account, and then you redistribute it. And that's why it's important to consider the steps you take after the exchange and redemption. And that's why I focused on that several weeks ago, and I spoke about the holistic planning and things like that as well. These are the things that you do after you have received your funds. Once you know how much funds you are receiving, then you go forward. But until the funds are received, it's very difficult to approach private bankers, because we don't actually have the funds, do we? So it's a step-by-step process, and people are trying to jump the steps or jump the hoops. No, think logical. Once you've done your exchange at these, call them redemption centres, if you want to call them that, that's fine. Call them whatever you want to call them. But once you have redeemed and exchanged at these private office, blended offices, they're calling them blended offices. That was the message that I was given. And things like that as well. So that's what we're receiving. And once you have received the money and the money is sitting in your account, then you can go to your private bankers and say, then you have leverage, I guess you could say. Think of it as leverage to go into your private wealth management sectors, because you actually have money now. Before, you couldn't really approach them because we don't have the funds. Does that make sense? I hope so. But anyway, as I said, please feel free to ask questions and I'll get to them. Just as I said, use the little A thing, and so as I pick it up a lot quicker. I don't have time to go through. I've already gone through 6,700 messages per day. So yeah. Congratulations, Heather. Thanks for asking the question, honey. It is a great question. We're at the precipice, we're at the end of it, and of course there's always chaos. But as I said, if you need any specific information or clarity, definitely let me know. Cheers, everyone. Bye for now.
So, Mayhem with Mel, this was her talking. She was responding to a question asked. So this question was, now she did an audio which goes for about 46 minutes, and I might upload it tomorrow, because we had a Zoom call in the group that I follow, and one of the guys that's in our group, honestly, this guy knows his stuff. Now, some of the other people were listening to Mel's call. I think it was on Wednesday, Aussie time, and she was talking about the dong rates. So the rates, I think she had an important meeting with some bankers or whatever, and she must be an economist, something like that, but or some sort of financial advisor, I don't know, but she used to be on Facebook, but she moved to Telegram. Anyway, there was one of the ladies in our group said that listening to Mel, she had after this meeting, they said basically the dong would be about, the contract rate would be something like 20. That was the rate. As I said, I'll upload that audio tomorrow because it's 46 minutes. So someone asked this question. So let's see. Someone asking the question about building societies in Australia equivalent to credit unions in US. Our blended offices are equivalent to redemption centres. And then Mel responds back, things have changed, and don't get caught up on rates, etc. They will be different as things do change. So, of course, we don't know what the rates will be. I mean, as I said, Mel was at an important meeting with some, I don't know. But anyway, as I said, I'll upload that audio. Also, listening to our friend, I won't name his name, but he's in one of our groups. And in regards to the ZIM, you could be looking at, although we've been told 1-to-1, now TNT Tony did say that the banks had a rate of 0.11. Even 0.11 or 11 cents is still pretty good. However, if you remember, I uploaded an audio from TNT Tony, and he told his guy, because the banks weren't ready to exchange those currencies and redeem those bonds, They tried several times to put it through the quantum system, but it wouldn't allow them to. It wasn't ready. But Tony told the guy to go back in and negotiate, and he was given a rate of 0.33. So just let you know that the Zim, you can still negotiate. So that's what, going by what TNT Tony says, from what the bank had said. But, you could say, well, okay, so if whatever the bank is prepared to pay out. Okay, so don't think they're going to be able to pay out 1-to-1, but it does say, according to Bruce, it's 1-to-1. But as our friend had said on our Telegram group, it's whatever they can, pay out, what they can afford to pay out. So, I mean, if it's 11 cents, 11 cents is still good. But as I said, you can negotiate. It's up to how well your negotiating skills are. You could say, can we take it halfway? As I said, it's a game really, and how well you're able to stay calm and negotiate. You're basically saying, this is really important. I have these projects that means a lot to me. And what is the ultimate highest that you can offer me today? Oh, and also I forgot, one of the ladies that was listening to Mel or Melissa on Mayhem with Mel, during that 46-minute audio, I think Wednesday, as I mentioned, they were talking about the Bolivar. The Bolivar would be, according to what Mel was saying, is that it will get processed as SKR, safekeeping receipt. And what I understand from our friend on our Telegram group, the one that I follow, he was saying that it'll be tranched or something like that. So basically, safekeeping receipt, it'll be paid, I understand, annually. However, don't get stressed out about it if we have Bolivar, because, number one, there's still sanctions on Venezuela, and we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, because until they remove Maduro, I don't know, we just have to wait and see. But this is what was discussed in the meeting. I'll see that I will upload that audio tomorrow. I think it's really important that people listen to it. So, yeah, so that's the Bolivar. And guess we just have to wait until Iraq rallies, and there's nothing much that anyone can say until that actually happens, Sorry about the sound. I forgot I had my earphones on. There was something else that I forgot. Now, our friend on our Telegram call Sunday evening, very talented man. He spends his days researching a lot of stuff. I mean, he knows everything about that MH370 plane crash. Yeah, I won't talk about it here because now there are two Forex. There's the Kabul Forex, which is on forex.com, and that, of course, is the market rates. And there's another Forex, which will be the digital Forex. That's the Forex that's created by the Alliance military. So our friend was trying to find out where you can source that, but he couldn't find out where you could source it. I suppose that in due time we will find out how to source those rates. Whether that will be the brick screen rates, I don't know. The other thing that our friends were talking about was the Wise app. Now, the owners of the Wise app had put some conditions on there because they had found out that some whales were trading currencies on there. Now, of course, they will be using the Kabul Forex, which is at forex.com. And I guess we will have to wait because, the whole banking system and the whole money system is going to change. And whether it'll change to the digital Forex, I don't know. Because I said the forex.com is the Kabul Forex. So that's something that I learned. And of course, the rates would be the rates according to forex.com. So of course, it won't be the contract rates that will be offered at the so-called redemption centers. Newtonian reality, three-dimensional, low density, physical matter, physical senses, linear, ego identity, logical thinking, scarcity mindset, create through action. Everything is separate. separation, consciousness, slow manifestation, limited outcomes, quantum reality, multidimensional, higher frequencies, energy, beyond physical senses, beyond space and time, soul identity, heart-centered, abundant mindset, create through vibration. Everything is connected, unity consciousness, instant manifestation, unlimited possibilities, raise vibrations, change your reality. Affirmations are important. I am that I am. I am healthy. I am young. Most times I say it every day. I'm 58. A lot of people say that you look 40. Mind you, my mother looked young when she was 70 something. And also about manifestation. I had a little car accident, my fault. Crashed the front part of my vehicle. It was a second-hand car that I bought from a lady friend that helped me with the move. And anyways, so I listened somewhere in regards to manifestation. Basically, you rub your hands together and then you say out, like you're saying a prayer, I manifest that, because I had to take my car to a panel beater, I manifest that the panel beater will charge me less than $2,500. Now the car was with the panel beater for like 3 weeks and I was thinking, oh my gosh, the labour cost is going to be heaps. Anyway, I called the guy last week and I asked him by chance how much the bill would be. He said $2,300. Then he rang me yesterday to come and pick up the car and I asked him again, so I just confirm, what's the final bill? He said $2,300 and I paid that plus a fee of something like $57. Hey, thank you, universe. So what you do is you manifest what you want, you rub your two hands together, and then you send that energy to the location of where you want the the cost of the item to be as what you manifested. It does work, honestly. But if you stay high vibe, I mean, I've got a lot of health problems. I've got type 2 diabetes. I stopped taking the medication. I stopped taking my blood pressure medications. I got 2 and other medications. And I feel fine because I say every day, I am healthy. I am young. I am abundant. And every time you say negative chatter, the universe will give you that. It's easy. Easy, easy, easy.